So throwing cell phones into trash is a real waste. So instead of throwing cell phones, working cell phones or non-working cell phones into trash, we can recycle them, donate them, or resell them. What are recycling is reusing products. So yeah.
So when we see the other article, it says it helps to connect the people between the worlds. Like so when we see the globe, it's the parts of the world. It's like sometimes some areas and the other areas are like really far away, like opposite side of Earth. But with technology and the internet, they are able to communicate each other with like no limits and no time limits or like the money limits to go to that area. So when I saw the second story, the Inuit teens go to the African part and talk about their culture and the stuff. Like by communicating, they know what they didn't know about the other part of the country. So because of that, helps them to understand the real world and connect the information they got to the real life when they go to the big world, like when they go to the work and like getting jobs and the stuff.
Just one more thing, and one way to extend your life is to keep your cell phone as long as you can.
So people mine stuff with metals and crystals to make the cell phones, and it's really damaging the environment. And then it's really bad for the animals that live in the area that people mine. So it's really harming environment. At the same time, they're destroying their animals' habitat. So I think it should be really. So I think just like you said, you should recycle the cell phones instead of throwing cell phones away, so you can reuse. Yeah.
I read this about this article. It talks how African kids who are 10 years old and they go to war, and by the help of technology they get connect to other kids in the world, and they tell how they face the wars and the bad things that they happen to them, and by having voice, it helps them to feel less lonely, and the technology helps them to connect with other people and tell their stories. And the other article I read about, it talks about five people who go for a travel to some part of Africa, and it talks how they tell how there are really good places in Africa, and there are some roads, good roads, and they get to see snow, and African students they didn't know what snow is, and they had never seen it before. So thanks to the digital recording, these teens could talk on the TV and tell about their trip.
I just want to read this. So again, one way to expand your life cell phone is to keep it as long as possible, rather than buying a new cell phone and throwing the old one in the trash. It's just a waste. So you keep what you have, like your also so it's just not a waste of technology.
So this is like okay. So by sharing their informations, they get information like experience, like games. When you see the like RPG games, you gain experience in level up, right? So by gaining the experience, you'll be able to do the higher thinking by getting other people's aspects and the knowledge. So yeah.
Do you want to say anything? Bro, do you want to say anything?
Yes, fantastic.
This is
Um, by uh, by traveling and getting to know other stuff, they can these students can make better decisions in their life and doing some great things in future. So
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
thank you.